Hi, it's Janine Turner, and this is your God on the Go Minute. First of all, listen to the bird. Nature. Isn't nature beautiful and healing and wonderful? These little birds, that the mama comes with the mate, has a little nest, and she had 4 eggs, so she had 4 baby birds this year. And then it's so amazing to watch the father and the mother come, and they all feed, and they take such good care of their little birdies. And they take turns, the mother and father. It's been really, they do this every year, so I've watched this for years. And then the babies flew out of the nest. And so it was the next day, I guess, if the babies had flown out of the nest, that the mother was in the tree, and she was just singing and singing. And it was as if she was saying, I did it. They're grown. I have my babies. I'm so happy. They survived. They're out of the nest. Oh my gosh, it was very cute. All right. Shall we get to the task? Not that this is a task. The mission at hand. All right. It is 2 Corinthians 12, 7 through 10. All right. So Paul has a thorn in his side, and he's been asking God for it to go away. So let's start with 8. 3 times I appealed to the Lord about this, that it would leave me. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for power is made perfect in weakness. So I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may dwell in me. Therefore, I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities for the sake of Christ. For whenever I am weak, then I am strong. So, the way he talks about it seems like the thorn in his side is some sort of physical ailment, but he goes on to talk about whatever weakness, that he follows through with that, whatever weakness I have, or insult I endure, which makes me weak or humble, so to speak, then I am strong. So I was thinking about how the application of this into my life, and I was praying about it and thinking about it, and the correlation that I make with this verse is that when life is peaceful for me, when I feel at peace, everything feels sort of broad and wide, like a wide-angle lens. Everything, my thoughts and my emotions are like a gently flowing ocean, or a broad expanse, Grand Canyon. You know what I mean? Everything, I encompass many thoughts and many things, and my nature is happy, and I can appreciate with wherever my eye lands. I can feel gratitude and happiness and peace. Beautiful place to be. But then when I get overcome with an emotion, which is usually based on fear or worry or anxiety, I find that everything narrows. My whole peripheral, everything narrows. And it's not that it's happening physically, it's emotionally and mentally and even spiritually, everything narrows. Because when I'm in that wide open space, I feel very connected to God and everything's great. But when everything narrows and becomes like a tunnel vision, because I cannot break out of the emotions that have overcome me like a tidal wave, my thought processes become very narrow-minded, and the emotions become very singular, because the focus is pinpointed right on that hot, fiery coal of fear. And it's during that times I find it very hard. Those would be my weaknesses, and that would be my time of everything he mentions here: hardship, persecution, insult, whatever it is, worry. And everything narrows, and there's just, everything focuses on this hot coal. And it's, how do I get out of it? How to get out of it? Because I feel like I'm just being engulfed. And how I get out of it is I pray to God, and I can barely get my words to focus. But I've learned to say, God help me. God help me. It's like usually all I can ever say. God help me. I'm not filled with this verbose prayer. I'm not usually, sometimes I can throw myself on my knees, but I'm not open-minded to, my world isn't vast and open. It's just singular, narrow, hot lava. It's a fear that is just strangling me, or anxiety. And, But I am capable of saying, God help me, God help me. And so what is that for me? That is my thorn in my side. That is my weakness. That is where I'm on my knees. And God comes through, of course, because that's when the power of God emerges in my soul, douses the fire, opens the thoroughfares. The world becomes wide again. And it's usually quick, but it's being able to ask for God. Of course, God's there always carrying us through these type of things, but I can reach out of it more quickly and find a peace of my soul more quickly if I can reach out to God and say, God help me, God help me. And then everything opens up again. So I guess, since that's my experience, if you feel overcome by something and overwhelmed by something, we shouldn't try to tackle that by ourselves, because we're weak and we're it's impossible for us to do that as humans, as human beings, as these human beings that we are. Reach out for God, call to God, and even if you can't put sentences together, call for God. Just God, 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 or God help me, God help me, God help me, and reach your hand upwards, and God's power will be, because it's always there with you, but will be magnetized, and you will then become engulfed with God's light and love and power and peace, and your world will be bright and open again, and you'll have an entirely new perspective, because we are made strong through Christ's power. Have a blessed day.